So this poem is called "And Still We Are Trying to Dream." And it's kind of crazy to read this with the US consul in here, but I'm just saying I do this with a place of like aspirational thinking for the United States. And still we are trying to dream. Now that I have done what I'm supposed to do, written the mayor with the names and badges of the assassins, tweeted, emailed, called, circulated my opinion, prosecute to the district attorney, the senator, we are in mourning. Now that my son and my daughter have returned home and no KKK officers stopped them en route, now that the mayor decided he better listen and know it's not enough to just separate officers from their employment after performing a public lynching. Now that the officer has been suspended for the murder and won't think ahead, and he'll be let off anyway like the racist beasts who pummeled generations, can I now say what is boiling inside me? I don't want to write another poem about murder. Senseless. I already have too many poems about how scared I am for the safety of my son, my daughter. I cannot write any more poems about country, police, or clan, assassination, or violence, inequality, dead mode of democracy, or going high when they are going low, or people dead in a car, or killed at their kitchen table. Police are the biggest gang in this world has ever known, and they get paid. They get covered and respect while our children and loved ones are still hanging from trees, except the trees are gone, and all the marching, the court cases, burnt draft cards, movements, elections, running for office, organizing, buttons, boycotts, laws, studies, chants, reading, writing, songs, music, films, posters, the offerings, all the blood spilt just comes down to one knee bent by a car, slowly suffocating a human being in front of the whole world. And nothing. Where is the silence? The stop? The mourning, the sick, weary feeling of disgust that this place, this fill-in-the-blank country, is the sickest place on earth. And here we are, still trying to dream. All right, before I introduce the next amazing artist, I'm going to give you one more poem. I come from an interfaith, intercultural family. One of the faiths that we practice is Judaism, and one of the faiths we practice is called Ifa. And I don't know if anyone here practices that, but this poem is about my experience with the Odu Eji Ogbe. And you might think, what's someone like me doing that? But it's the truth. It's called catastrophic molting. I moisten my body with oil, remove all armaments and mementos, shave the head with a knife, step away from expectation, list making, comparisons, and my very own personal death threats. Everything was taken from me but my doubt. Even that is finally becoming dust. Past the defense field of cactus flowers, the Primus gas stove. Meet yourself in a doorway at midnight. Bring the book of songs from the back of your brain, written in the language of the story. In a hole underground, there is a stone above your solar plexus. Above that, a mat. Above that, an animal. Above that, a feather. Above that, a fly. I was told this to reject the ditch. Notice, the small buzzing insect is the only creature with enough courage to make the offering and turn shit into fertilizer. I set out. Inside my bundle was a pair of eyes, determined to read the sky for its sun. In between the space of knowing and not knowing is infinity. All I want to know now is how not to be caught. Seek harmony with knowing, find elation in the listening, and when it is my turn, because everyone has one, I will blow tsunami wind to rattle clear the desks. I am writing and reading at the same time, rowing to create a rhythm, eyes set on the river, sunlight glittering as it does when it is seen. Turns out, there is no way to go nowhere. It's impossible to do nothing. Stepping off might actually be stepping in. Turning away might actually be turning toward. What would happen if there was no time, no hatchet, no erasure? What if we were part of a whole that loved us without ceasing? And this last poem is about reconnecting with our birthright as children of the earth. And I'm going to read it in my mother's mother tongue and in the language that's popular where I live, than the two other most popular languages where I live. And we'll end there. Ma im haiti kemo she'ani be'etzem. שייכת לאדמת ברזל, אני דופקת, פלגוף עליון של גשם נוזלי, אני שופקת, עמוד שדרה חשמלי של רעם, אני רועדת, חוסר משקל גפיים של אוויר, אני מורמת, מה אם הייתי בדיוק כמו שאני? Y si yo fuera exactamente como soy, pertenezco a la tierra de hierro, yo vibro, torso líquido de lluvia, me derramo, eléctrica columna vertebral de trueno, yo tiemblo, extremidades ligeras de aire, me elevo. Y si yo fuera precisamente quien soy. What if we were exactly as we are, belonging to the iron earth? I pulse, fluid torso of rain. I pour, electric spine of thunder. I tremble, weightless limbs of air. I levitate. What if we were exactly as we are?